See, when it comes to predicting over 1.5 goals, actually, maybe there is nothing that I can tell you that will really be new to you, but I want to assure you guys that if you can get your notes and your pen and you watch this particular video from the beginning to the end and pay attention to details, I'm very sure you will never complain about losing on sport betting again. Actually, if you guys are looking at these particular slips and most of these particular fixtures that I'm going to show you in this particular video, most of it are over 1.5 goals, in addition with a particular strategy called team to score 3 or more goals on a row, that is goal streak. So one thing about this particular over 1.5 goals is that it is very simple, because I always tell people that when it comes to betting strategy, nothing special in it, because these sport games we are not the one in charge, and sometimes the only thing that data used to do is that they always help us to get insight of the possible outcome regarding to most of the games that we have. Actually, for me to embark on a 30 days challenge on if sport bettors are actually making profits, you guys should actually know that I have already gotten something that seems to be promising. Actually, this particular strategy that you guys are seeing is not like it is 100% we do lose, but the secret for this particular strategy, for consistency, for making profits using this particular betting strategy lies with the bankroll method that you decide. Maybe if you decide to be using flat or maybe percentage bankroll method, that one depends. Sorry, that one will decide if this particular strategy will work out for you or not. So with my observation, I noticed that this particular strategy can actually give you over 60% winning rate, and for me I believe that anything that is above average, since the winning rate is above 50, no matter how you engage with this particular strategy for maybe on a long run, maybe you engage with it like an investor, surely profit is certain. So in this particular video, I'm going to show you guys the simple method, the simple way that I use to get most of this particular over 1.5 goals. Sometimes if you say that you want to sit down and analyze games from morning to night, that can be exhausting, and at the end of the day, the most annoying thing is that if you spend like maybe 5 hours, 6 hours doing analysis, and at the end of the day you did not win that particular game, that thing used to be painful and it used to be discouraging. So instead, I believe that some of you would have already know where I'm going to currently. So there's a particular app that we are going to use to generate most of these particular games, and I don't want you guys to say that maybe probably I've said this thing before, but seriously, when it comes to strategy, it is based on idea. So the advice that I'm going to give you guys is that after acquiring this particular strategy, please have a bankroll management plan. Make sure that you have a plan towards how you are going to be staking, because if you guys notice most of these particular slips, how they followed each other, you guys will notice that the more I win, the more the staking amount become higher. So if you are losing, then your staking amount will reduce. Now this kind of bankroll management that you guys are saying is based on percentage. It is 50% currently, but the slips that you guys are saying happens to be the slips from our challenge, and most of these particular slips I'm dropping for the challenge actually comes from our private circle groups. So the app that we are going to use now, because the thing has already started, the app that we are going to use is BetMines. As you guys can see on the home page of this particular app, we have some games, the predictions of most of the games. For example, the one that you guys are saying, lead against Tottenham over 1.5 goals, and we have so many games like that, home or away, straight winning under 3.5 goals, both team to score, and double chance, maybe home team to win or draw, or away team to win or draw. So we have so many games on the home page for over 1.5 goals, as you guys can see, and some of them are already live. Now in these particular games, for me actually, I don't usually use all these homepage predictions that you guys are seeing. I don't make use of them. You guys can see that at least to some extent the prediction of this particular site is of this particular app is accurate to some extent, because I cannot tell you that this particular app predicts 100%. There is no way. You can never get 100% in any app. At least maybe you'll be getting maybe 85% or 70%, 90%, and like that. But for me, when it comes to using this particular app, I don't really like using the predictions on the home page. So the section that we are going to make use of is the BetMines machine, and I'm very sure most of you are not new to this particular segment of the app. So under this particular segment, that is where I'm going to select some categories like the over 1.5 goals market that we want, and then I will move downward to the days that we want, and that happens to be today. And if you want tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, next tomorrow, 4 days altogether, you can actually do it. And the total games that I want this particular system to generate for me happens to be 20, and the probabilities interval, which happens to be the probabilities of outcome of the game, to be around 80% to 100%, because it will be very hard for you to achieve 100% in sport betting. Now we have 20 games expected to end up as over 1.5 goals, but one secret about strategy that I said is that it is based on ID. Now the app has generated 20 games for you as over 1.5 goals. Now it is your turn to start editing. So it is your turn to start editing, to pick out games that you want. For example, looking into this particular game, you can check the most of the features for this particular game, the prediction, the statistics. There are so many aspects of this game that you can look into, which will decide if you are going for a particular game as over 1.5 goals or not. And I want you guys to take note of something. So first, I'm going to remove this particular game because I've already done my own analysis on it, and if I should start doing that in this particular video, it will take a lot of time, because when it comes to over 1.5 goals, so we are going to leave this particular game, we are going to leave this also. So when it comes to over 1.5 goals, we have so many strategies regarding to it, both manual, using AI, using this particular app. There are so many approaches to it. What I just want you guys to do is that, in order not to waste much of our time, after generating this particular 20 games, just click on it, look under the prediction aspect. Now that is where we are going to set the percentage of maybe the prediction, maybe probabilities of outcome of the game that you want, because this particular app, after generating games that has probably 80% of possible outcome for the over 1.5 goals, you can also check in that particular game, check the percentage. You can set your own limit. You can decide to say that, okay, you only want games that have 85% of probabilities of outcome of coming out as over 1.5 goals. And you can also be creative by bringing in another idea, maybe applying the manual analysis on it. So this is how you are going to edit it out, edit most of the games out. And some of the games that I'll be removing, most of them may actually come out. For example, the Real Madrid against Villarreal, the game might actually end up as over 1.5 goals, but I decided to remove it, and now I'm left with just 10 games with 3.68 odd. Now it's very simple. Then if you want to go for tomorrow games too, that is, you are going to follow the same steps but let me first validate this one so that I can keep it. Alright, so let's say we want to go for tomorrow games. What you just need to change is the day. Now change it tomorrow, and we are generating it again. Alright, so we have 20 games for tomorrow also, and we have some of the USA leagues there, Estonia leagues, both Norway leagues, German league. So most of the leagues that this particular system is generating our games from for over 1.5 goals are leagues. For example, this Iceland league too. Most of these games that we have here are leagues that the score goes very well. Now it's up to you now to do your own manual analysis, like apply your own idea. I've already given you guys hints regarding to what you can consider to start predicting your game. Now the final aspect is the bankroll management. As you guys can see, this happens to be the flat staking plan and 30% bankroll management plan. This happens to be the current two bankroll management strategy that I'm currently applying on most of my games. So if you want to go for flat staking plan, this one, the money you stake does not change no matter how much your balance grows or reduce. This method is safe and easy because it keeps things steady. Now when it comes to 30% bankroll management plan, this one, if your stake the more you win, the more your staking amount increase. And this method can grow money fast when you are winning, but it can also reduce balance quickly if you go on a losing streak. If you are losing, there is high probability that you quickly lose your money finish. But if you are using percentage, it will be very hard for you to exhaust your money. That is only if you are losing maybe 5 games on a row. That is why you need to calm down when you are using this particular strategy of over 1.5 goals. There was a particular time I lost 2 games on a row, and I was already feeling bad, but I had to control myself, because if not, you will get frustrated, and from there we start predicting games that are not meant to be included in your slips. So this thing requires consistency and discipline, and you need to calm. Even though if you are losing, just have it at the back of your mind that it is not a must for you to always win every game, but at least consistency and discipline matters a lot. So please, I would like to welcome your question in the comment section. In case if you have any question regarding to this particular strategy, please kindly drop it in the comment section. Don't forget to like our video and subscribe to this particular channel. See you guys in the next video. Bye bye.